Hi, I'm Caitlin, and I'm a resume and writing coach living in beautiful Bogota, Colombia. I'm from the United States, I'm from Boston, and today I have a short introduction session for you free on my website. It's about creating a dynamic cover letter for a job application in the United States. Here you have my contact information, my website, my email, and my WhatsApp. And now I will get to the presentation. So the first question I have for you is very basic. What is a cover letter? So do you think it is A, a sheet included with your resume that lists your basic contact information? B, it is basically your resume in a one-page written format. C, a letter addressed to the employer which highlights a few key skills in more detail and demonstrates interest in the company. Or D, an essay which highlights your main career achievements. So if you have a piece of paper or notebook, write down your answer or think about it in your head. So the answer is C. A cover letter is a letter addressed to the employer which highlights a few key skills in more detail and demonstrates interest in the company. So the next question is then, is a cover letter optional when applying for a job? Do you think the answer is A, yes, but it is always a good idea to include? B, no, you should always include a cover letter with your resume? Or C, it is only necessary if the job description asks for one? Either write down your answer or think about it in your head. The answer is B. No, you should always include a cover letter with your resume for a job application in the United States. So both a cover letter and resume are standard practice for applying to a job in the US, even if the job description does not specifically ask for a cover letter. And this is very different than in many other countries. The cover letter is not standard practice. So in order to be able to create a dynamic cover letter, the agenda for the full webinar or the in-person workshops that I conduct in Bogota is the following. We look at what is the purpose of a cover letter for employers, 7 essential cover letter writing points, what not to do, 6 common mistakes international applicants make, the importance of revision, a free resource, which is a cover letter checklist, and then you will be able to review or create your own cover letter using the checklist. Today, this is the introduction session, so we're going to look at the first 2 points. What is the purpose of a cover letter for employers? And then 2 of the 7 essential cover letter writing points. If you're interested in the full webinar or the in-person workshops, you can go to my website to the workshops and webinars section and sign up for one of those. So what is the purpose of a cover letter for employers? Do you think it is A, to decide if they will interview you, B, to get to know you beyond your resume, C, to learn in more detail about a few relevant skills, D, to gauge your communication skills, writing ability, and interest in the company? So you can choose more than one answer. Write down your answer or think about it in your head. So the answer is all of the above. And I want to really focus on the words that are in green on the screen, beyond your resume, and a few relevant skills in more detail. And a good way to remember these key points is the word bad. So the purpose of the cover letter for employers is so that they can get to know you beyond your resume and learn about a few relevant skills in more detail. So in order to be able to accomplish this, we will look at 7 essential cover letter writing points. Those are length, layout, paragraph structure, introduction paragraph hook, specific examples and details, word choice, which is really important, and grammar, capitalization, and punctuation. So the first point, length. Your cover letter should be 1 page and 1 page only. There are no exceptions to this. The second point, layout. So you want to use single spacing and margins around the edge so that it's easy to read. At the top, you're going to include the same personal information that you include in your resume in the same font size. Name, address, cell phone, email, name a little bit bigger and in bold. Make sure to use a professional email. So for example, for you Game of Thrones fans, winteriscoming@gmail.com is not a professional email. Then you should include the date, employer address, and a salutation. So this is an example here with the date, the employer address, and then the salutation is the Dear Ms. Ferrarini, if you were writing your cover letter to me. So a little bit more about the salutation. It's the greeting. So if a name is not provided in a job application, you should look on the company's website for a specific name. You could look up the hiring manager, the director of human resources, the manager of the job you are applying for, but it's important to try to include a specific name because it shows your interest in the company. So if you absolutely cannot find a name, you can use the salutation to whom it may concern at, and then write the specific name of the company. And just a point here with the salutation, you use a colon, those 2 dots, and not a comma. And then your signature will be at the bottom of the page. So sincerely is really the best way to sign these letters. And either you can just type your signature, or if you have a photo of your signature, you could include that. That's optional. The third point, so this is the beef of the letter, the paragraph structure. So you will have an introduction paragraph, a few body paragraphs, and a closing paragraph. And we'll go into more detail about the paragraph structure as well as the rest of the points in the agenda in the webinar sessions and the workshop sessions. So again, if you want to sign up for those, you can go to my website. And another service that I offer is personalized cover letter coaching for careers in the United States. So there is special pricing for resume and cover letter coaching packet. You can ask me about that. And I use a collaborative approach. It results in a cover letter which truly represents you and your experiences and skills. And then you'll have the skills and resources needed to update your cover letter in the future. So there are 3 parts to this process: pre-coaching, a content-focused session with you and me together, and then a grammar and polish, which is me working on improving your cover letter. So for pre-coaching, you should either attend a workshop or webinar, or I will send you the video session, Beyond the Resume, Creating a Dynamic Cover Letter. And then I will send you my cover letter checklist, my dynamic cover letter template. So this is, an easy way to put in your information in a kind of a guided way. I will send you my dynamic action word chart to help you choose unique words for your cover letter. And then you will either create or revise your cover letter using these resources and send it to me. We will have a session together, which will be either a video call using Google Docs or in person if you live in Bogota. And you will tell me about your career goals, what skills and experiences you want to highlight in your cover letter. And I will make suggestions for content improvements real time in Google Docs or in person. And this is a conversation between you and me. You can ask me specific questions, and then you'll make changes and send the revised letter to me. And then I will do an edit for grammar and a polish, so maybe making suggestions for optional word choice, formatting, things like that. And that's just me via email, and then I'll send it to you. So if you're interested in any of these services, please contact me via email, WhatsApp, or my website. And thank you so much for attending this introduction session, Beyond the Resume, Create a Dynamic Cover Letter for a Job Application in the United States.